Merry Christmas time. I don't know which thought a little bit of what I was gonna do. That little bit of one angle to nothing. I'm really gonna drink that down in like 2 seconds. Hey, just bring that bottle up here, so because these lights is hot. Come on, you can do it. Ooh. Hello, everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Happy Monday. What's going on? Thank you, Mother. Alrighty. I'm going to let a couple people come in here. I hope you guys are doing well and are safe, not sick. And if you are sick, I hope you're healing well. I know a lot of people are getting that Omarion or Omicron, as they call it. Hey, Miss Jenna, how are you? I know this is pre-Christmas shopping night, so I don't expect there to be a ton of people watching because everybody's out trying to buy gifts. But first, let me say thank y'all for being here. Happy Kwanzaa for those who celebrate, and Merry Christmas for those who celebrate that. And for those who are like me, happy holidays. And I'll see y'all, after Christmas the next Monday. Okay. So thank y'all again for being here. Like I said, I know y'all probably are getting y'all last minute gifts together and all that good stuff. So, but it's okay because I know a lot of people watch the videos later. So I'm still going to be on here with y'all tonight. So again, as always, thank you, Miss Jenna. If y'all have any questions, you can go ahead on and drop those. Let me catch y'all up really quick and let y'all know what is going on. There's no Build Back Better bill. It was not signed, probably not going to be signed. Again, we have until the 28th. So I know they're making a big fuss about this right now on the news. Of course, that's what they're supposed to do, but we still have until the 28th. Anything can happen behind closed doors. So let's just wait. But as it stands right now, if this bill is not signed, then there will be no extended child tax credit payments, which basically means there will be no additional $250 or $300 payments starting in January. Now, I did read that if the bill, thank you, Mom, if the bill was signed later, y'all listen now, if the bill was signed later, like if it's signed, if they come to some agreement on January 15th, what I was reading said that the first checks will probably come out sometime in the late summer. I don't know how true that is, but that is what I read. So if it gets signed late, maybe you'll see the checks later. If it doesn't get signed at all, you won't see it. I do believe that we will, because I know a lot of y'all are probably going to ask me, what do I think? And I think that it will be signed. This is what Biden ran his presidency on, was this bill. And if you guys follow these presidents, basically whatever they win their election on is exactly the bill they try to push. And this is the bill that he's going to try to push. So it may be some changes, but it will be, I believe, at some point passed. Okay. So let me see if y'all have any questions. Okay, so I can take questions tonight, and then I'll just intermingle some new stuff that has popped up. Jenny says, so do we have to pay the child tax credit return back? No, the money that you got for this child tax credit payment has nothing to do with what is going on in Congress or up in Washington, D.C. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. That money was basically already paid for, if you want to say. So no, you will not have to pay it back. Now, in the event somebody got payments and they should not have, then I would expect that if the person doesn't meet the requirements for a repayment waiver, and they are offering a repayment waiver. So I want y'all to remember that when y'all go to y'all tax preparers, and if it finds out that some of y'all weren't supposed to get it, The IRS does give you the option to see if you meet the requirements for a repayment waiver, and it's based off of your income. So a lot of people who got this money by mistake, some of y'all can relax, okay? Some of y'all are not going to have to pay it back, because if you meet the requirements as far as income, you will not have to pay it back. I think that's crazy in some sense, but it's not on me. So they know why they did that. So you'll just have to find out if you have to. Again, you know, they change stuff all the time. So I could say this today, and then next week it could be something completely different. But as it stands right now, and I just read this over the weekend, they still have the requirements for the repayment waiver. So some people, I would think if they keep the repayment waiver, nobody's going to have to owe any money back unless they make too much money. Okay. All right. Let me go to one more question over here. Then I'm going to TikTok. Ms. Jenna says, I have had identity theft and unemployment filed in my name. How can I report this identity theft and unemployment? Oh, so this is a good one. I'm so sorry, Ms. Jenna, that happened to you, but that is happening so often. So first of all, some of y'all won't even know that you have had unemployment theft or SBA theft, IRS identity theft, any of those things until you actually go and use your social, okay, or apply for that benefit. So there isn't much that you can do to find out beforehand. If you're a person that you know you don't file taxes, you can always request your tax transcripts. And Ms. Jenna, I will answer your question. You can request tax transcripts from the IRS, even if you don't file, just because you want to see what's been filed under your social. It's a form you can send in, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You can't read it, but if it says more than what you remember making on those sheets, then there's a problem, okay? Social Security, you really can't do anything about, same with unemployment. A lot of people won't know until they actually file. So if this happens to you and you find out that it does, the first thing you need to do is especially with unemployment, you need to find out if they will send you something so that you can take to the police, because police officers do not like to issue a police report unless they have something tangible that they can prove that identity theft was actually done. So if you could bring them some paperwork, whether it's a letter, or you can show them a printout that somebody got it and the address is the same, something that can, get them to believe you that you have actually been a victim of identity theft. They'll write you a police report, and once you get that police report, you then need to send it to the credit bureaus, because you don't know if somebody got your information and did something on your credit. And in some cases, if you're smart, you can use that identity theft report to help clear up some things, some inquiries. You know, I'm giving y'all some gems right here. Okay, so this is a little bit off topic, but if you have one, those are some quick ways to get those inquiries off of your credit. You can also send a copy in Social Security if you want to make sure that they put some kind of block on your social, just in case. You can also do certain things like suppress your Social Security or credit information, like through LexisNexis. You know, you can do things where you block that information. So now if somebody tries to get credit, it will be very, very difficult. For example, if you suppressed your information with LexisNexis, if you were to go to Old Navy or Ladies Victoria's Secret, and you know how you check out and they ask you, hey, do you want to try to get a credit card? If you say yes and they run your credit, you'll be denied, because they won't be able to access your credit information. Not just from the block you have on your credit. Sometimes it will trigger other blocks when you try to get credit. So not just your credit. So there's a lot of things you can do. But Miss Jenna, I hope I answered that for you. Get that police report and then send that police report to basically everyone. I always say keep it in your favorites and in your pictures. Take a picture of it once you get it, so you can always send it to somebody. You have it handy, and they'll get it removed. It is a process sometimes, but you need to make sure you go after there and do it, because people will ruin your identity, and it'll be so hard to get yourself back. Okay, so let me see if anybody asked me any questions on TikTok. Okay, so anyway, if anybody's if you're watching on TikTok, you haven't watched me before, please like, share, follow, please. I appreciate it. And the same for you guys over here on YouTube, especially if I always find that I get a lot of new viewers, and I appreciate that. And same for Facebook. So just a sidebar really quick. I don't know if I mentioned it last week or not, but if I didn't, I have been getting hit up like crazy about individuals wanting to get these CPNs. And I really wanted to talk to y'all about that quickly because we are getting ready to go into we're in the holiday season, okay? It's always a scam for something, okay? There's an Amazon scam, people running right now. Y'all know, I'm sure y'all probably all know somebody who knows somebody that's doing something for a quick little flip, right? So, if you know people like that, then there's other people that know people like that, and you have to protect your information. So I do encourage everybody to block or to lock down your credit. It doesn't, I mean, just because you get denied for credit in the future doesn't mean, or it's harder to get credit doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Some of y'all shouldn't be applying for credit anyway. So putting a identity theft block or a fraud alert on your credit would be good for some of y'all, okay? So they've been hitting me up about CPNs. I do have a YouTube page under the same name, Shamika Saves, and a lot of people are interested in how or what should they do with these fake social security numbers. So I wanted to tell y'all that these CPNs are made up of two things, okay? Either a real person's social security, which normally is a child. So if anybody is watching with a child and you have a child that is 13 or older, please know, one, you can start building their credit at 13. But here's the catch. You cannot pull a credit report on them until they are 18. So that's 5 years your children's social is in the dark. Not to mention years from baby to 13. And I see y'all messages on YouTube, so I'm going to get there. But I want y'all to pay attention. That's 5-year gap. So if you as a parent aren't staying up on what's going on with that child's social, you can have a problem. So what can you do? You can actually go to the credit bureaus and you can put you can actually freeze your child's social security number so that nobody uses it. Okay. Now, in some bureaus, they want you, I think they'll let you put the freeze at age 16. Okay, you can put a freeze at 16. Isn't that crazy? You can put a freeze on the credit at 16, but you can't pull a credit report until 18. Now, they will let you pull a credit report at 16 if you believe the child has been a victim of identity theft. So I would say it wouldn't hurt. I'd tell them, hey, I think my child's number might have been used, so you can pull a credit report. But if not, go and suppress that child's credit so that no one will be able to have access to it to start getting these CPNs. And I'm gonna tell you what they're doing. And then the other thing is CPNs are made up numbers. So if you watch my video on YouTube, I did already make a video and I explained explicitly how they make them up, okay? How they are created, how you build them, how you add the trade lines, the whole nine, because a lot of people have been asking me and I just don't want to keep answering the same question over and over. So please, a sister need the views, go over to my YouTube under the same name so you can watch it, okay? So what are people using them for? Apartments, okay? People who got evictions on their credit, getting apartments with them. People are going and getting cars with them. Okay. I don't know why, I don't encourage the use. Okay. I do not encourage the use. I want y'all to know that, but I do understand situations. But what I want people to understand is if they're going to do something wrong, there's still a certain way you got to do the wrong. And they are not doing things smart. They are being reckless and careless. They are stealing people's identities, yours, your names, your addresses, and adding these fake numbers to them. And now they're out here getting stuff, and you may find out something may be in your name and you don't know about it. And I've had people come to me and say, hey, what's all these inquiries on my credit? So it's happening, okay? And the last thing, another big thing people are doing with them is they're getting Airbnbs and then they're renting them. So people are actually renting places and subleasing these places and making money off them. I'm not saying that that's not a geniusly smart thing to do, but I would tell you, if you are somebody, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told this person that inboxed me this, if you have something to lose, houses, kids, cars, stuff that is actually yours in your real name, why would you risk all of that to be greedy to get other stuff? Not saying that other people haven't done it and have been successful, but that doesn't mean that you will. So I just wanted y'all to think about that. So before I move on. So hold on, let me see what you got. What about student loans? Will it be forgiveness? Miss Jenny, their student loans are going to be due February 1st, 2022. Yes, there's still forgiveness if you qualify for forgiveness. And right now there is no extension of these of the student loans being of the forbearance. It's not going to be an extension. There's going to people got to start paying. And I'm telling you, like I'm going to say this every week. If you know that you cannot afford another bill, okay, you don't need January or February to come around to tell you that. Your bank account should be able to tell you that. Those pockets being light or heavy, your wallet, okay, y'all get where I'm going. You should already know if you can afford another bill. And if you cannot, y'all need to get on the phone with Department of Education or your student loan servicer and sign up for get on the payment plan. That's all you got to do. Get on the payment plan now so you don't go and mess up that hard work you've been doing trying to fix your credit now with the late payment, okay? Because they got new services. Now, all the good people who were managing student loans done quit. Now they got new people in there. And heck, who knows? These new people may be trying to prove a point that they can do better than the other folks. So they may actually start dinging your credit when you're late. We don't know. We don't want to take that chance and find out either, okay? All right, let's see what y'all said over here on TikTok. Thank y'all for actually sending messages. And TikTok is telling me to tell y'all to share this video so I can get some views. I appreciate it. Okay. It says I still haven't received my taxes. If you have not received your taxes, you are not alone. I did read the IRS is they have a very small number of taxes that they have left. But this is the last week, if I'm not mistaken, that they're going to be issuing out taxes because they are going on vacation and they'll see y'all in 2022. Okay. The systems ain't going to work by themselves because somebody got to be there. But this, if you don't get it this week, maybe it might trickle into next week, but I would not look forward into it until January. And tax season is going to look like this season, y'all. So, I'm not telling y'all to rush out to go file your taxes. I'm actually telling y'all to be slow to file your taxes because I'm almost certain that if this bill, remember we're talking about this Build Back Better bill, if it gets signed between now and February or even after tax season opens, now they have to implement all those new rules into taxes, into the IRS system, into the tax laws. And what's going to happen is going to be a delay. So, y'all who don't have a lot of credits, maybe y'all just got a couple earned income tax credit, maybe child tax credit. Maybe you'll slide by if you file early. Can't guarantee that, but what I am guaranteed is it's going to be a slow tax. It's going to be slow just like this year because there's going to be changes in the middle because we got a new administration. So please don't expect things to go very, very fast. All right, because we got the same workers, the same old machinery. Nothing's changed. Okay. All right. It says, Nicole says, the past is the number to file for 34, someone that do not, with parents, still be able to receive the tax credit if someone already received it. So yes, absolutely, yes. So let me answer that. So I did just post a video on TikTok today so that you guys will know. The IRS is not going to punish the other person if you go to file your taxes and someone else claimed that same child. So if you claimed a child in this upcoming tax season and somebody else has been getting paid for them, you will still get the full tax credit. So if that child is 5 and below, you get the $3,000, and if they're 6 to 17, you'll get the $2,500. Now the other person, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. If the person meets the income requirements, they may be able to do the repayment waiver and not have to pay back the money that they were given. Okay, but that may not work for everybody. So if you care about somebody, let them know that they might be able to qualify for that repayment waiver, even though they were not supposed to get that money because they should have opted out. A lot of people did not opt out when they knew they were not supposed to get that money. Okay, so but that's what they're saying that you can do now. But y'all know how they change their mind all the doggone time. Okay, so let's see. JC, elections have consequences. That's right. Evictions are still going on. So that is very, very true. I know you guys probably, and I used to be one of them too. I didn't care about voting. All I wanted to know is give me me. Give me me. And I know y'all done said that before, and I'm still on the give me me. But now I watch my vote because I want to see who is going to give me what I need and what I want. Okay. And right now I don't want to speak on these governors. I don't even like to talk about politics or any of those things, but I just will let y'all know that if you don't vote, you should, because whether they make us believe that it matters or not, one place that it does matter is in your state. Okay, now they don't matter nowhere else. They matter in your state, because some of y'all governors, especially if anybody watching from West Virginia, y'all are probably so mad at that man. Okay, and if y'all, the man I'm talking about is Joe Manchin, who also said that he is not signing off on the bill because he feels that some people are going to use the money to buy drugs. Well, drugs, cigarettes, liquor is still all bad. And yes, they're going to use their money for it, and it's their money. So they should be able to do whatever they want to do with it. Okay, but that's just me. All right, let's see what you got. Lisa says, still trying to find out if Ashford University is one of the schools for forgiveness. Lisa, is the school still open? Can I go online and find Ashford University? I remember that school, but I cannot remember if they were associated. If I'm not mistaken, Ashford University is associated with Penn Foster. And if it is, Penn Foster still open. So that's probably not going to qualify. But if you go online and you see that Ashford is closed, please submit your application. Now, another change, since we're talking about student loans, it's not really a change, but this is just something y'all may not know. So if the school is closed down, or you feel like you got duped, you went to a school and they sold you a river and you got all these loans and now the school is closed, basically, you can fill out two forms, the borrower's defense, but you should also fill out the closed school loan discharge. Okay, and that is for people who made payments. So people have made payments. If you made payments and the school is closed, you need to send in that application too, so you can get your money back. Okay, refund. All right, so y'all talking about these tax refunds, y'all got other money that y'all probably not paying attention that y'all could have claimed. So you can go and get your you can go and fill out that application and get your money back for the school being closed. Also, if anybody just recently became disabled, okay, and you have student loans, now the government is telling us that they will automatically discharge your loans. But I had someone after last Monday who watched me and said, I've been disabled for years and nobody sent me anything. So if you are disabled, collecting Social Security, disability, or you're under a doctor's care and you're not collecting Social Security, you just may have a chronic illness and maybe you've been sick for a long time, please try to put in for your disability discharge for your student loans. Even if you are 100% disabled as a veteran, put in for your discharge so that you can get your loans wiped off. But if you made any payments to that while you've been disabled, you also are entitled to a refund. So you don't have to wait, although the government says you don't have to apply for it, because if you get disability, they'll find out automatically. You can put in the application if you want to. I don't like to wait. I like to help them do their job because they're a little slow in my opinion. But you can get your loans discharged that way. Okay. Let's see. Put a freeze on credit reports and a fraud alert. That's right, JC. Definitely put a freeze on your credit reports. And if you want to go one step further, you can also suppress your information from people who actually sell your information. And if you're a person that has a bankruptcy on your credit, you would definitely benefit very much from suppressing your information. Because, well, your information just doesn't get out that easy. And it makes it easier when it comes time to dispute stuff off of your credit that they verify with LexisNexis. And they are starting to move into that. LexisNexis is starting to buy up a lot of these small data analytic firms. And why that matters to you is because now almost every place you shop is going to have some information on you that they're now going to give back to the main company, LexisNexis, which is now going to be added into this one big master file about you. And then when you try to dispute, or if you get caught up in something with the feds or anything, they can go right to LexisNexis and have your whole life in a file. Now, if that's not scary to some people, it is. It's reality, but that's scary to some point. And they really are buying up a lot of these companies. Okay, let's see. Nicole, you said you are a non-filer. If you are a non-filer, the next year you need to file just to claim your child tax credit. just like individuals did this year for the recovery rebate, which is also known as the stimulus. So please, if you are a non-filer, you still can file. All right. It says Papa and I will be required to paperwork for them. I'm not understanding that last part, Nicole. It says, I'm applying for this money for disability. Can I still apply for a discharge? You can apply for a discharge. Yes, you can. Who knows how long it's going to take? Your disability may come back, or they may ask you for some additional paperwork that your doctor may fill out that can show that you are somebody that's not going to be able to retain gainful employment, and you could get your loans discharged. I actually know someone, a customer, who called and that was their situation. So it's very possible. It says, what about student loans? Will it be forgiven? Okay, answer that one. Sorry, let me just catch up. Hey, Anthony. All right. Submit police report to credit agent. That's right. Get accepted. That's okay. Thank you, JC. So he's right. If you submit a police report to the credit bureaus, you will get a free complimentary 7-year extended fraud alert. It can be a pain in the you know what, because anytime you go to get credit, you will more than likely get a block. But what you need to do is make sure that all 3 of the credit bureaus have your updated contact information, because you could have it on your credit report that says victim of identity theft, customer prefers phone call to validate identity. And you can put your phone number on there, and you'll find that some companies actually read the comments and they'll call you instead of giving you an automatic denial when you're at the register. Okay. So don't give up on that. Okay. Let's see. So thank you, JC. I appreciate that. What else I was gonna tell you? Hey, Genteria. All right. Nisha says, my husband had got life flighted to a military hospital. Now he has to pay IRS back $75,000. Is there any way we can stop the wage garnishments of $250 a week? Yes, there's a couple ways you can stop wage garnishment from IRS. Normally, when they have a wage garnishment, there's usually an action that's taking place against you that you did not react, and now that they probably want a judgment, so they can do that. Now we could talk offline, but I can tell you one of the quickest ways to stop a wage garnishment is to file a bankruptcy. But I do not know if you have property. I don't know all of that information, but that is something that you could look at, is filing bankruptcy to stop it. Or if you can prove there's a hardship, you can ask to do you will possibly have to get with either a taxpayer advocate or a tax preparer to help you navigate that. But you may be able to go back and ask for a review or offer in compromise, because the $250 may be putting you in a hardship now because of your situation. So the IRS is not going to know you're in a hardship unless you tell them. And they're also not in the business of helping you get out of paying them less money. Because they're in the business of making money. So those are 2 things that you can do. But depending on your situation, normally bankruptcy is the quick way, like that. But if you have things, you may not want to, but that can happen. Now, here is another thing I want y'all to think about. And this actually is a true story. This happened to someone this week. I ain't gonna say her name, but thank you, Miss Morris, if you're watching. You guys need to pay attention to the hospitals that you go to. If you are considered low income and you are at one of those hospitals that that is a nonprofit hospital, they won't advertise that. You have to know that. But if you go to a hospital that is considered a nonprofit hospital and you are low income, you can ask to be put on their sliding scale. Now, this individual actually sent me a text the other morning letting me know that they did that. And they had to pay this much. After it was found out their income and they did on that sliding scale, the bill was actually wiped out. And if it happened to hit your credit, and it was, if it happened to hit your credit, and I think it has to be within this year, you have the opportunity to ask them to have that removed, because they did do some changes to the credit reporting requirement under the CARES Act. So if you got that, you can look into that. So if you're considered to be low income, you can try that out. You can also look at the bankruptcy option. And then again, you can also look at doing a hardship, or maybe trying to have them reopen it, your case, doing a hardship request or offering compromise. Now, if you need help, Nisha, definitely hit the link in the bio or go in my inbox, because you're on Facebook, and we can do a consultation and let's see what you got going on, and maybe I can help lead you in the right direction. I'm not against paying IRS if you do, if they're owed money, but some of y'all have had bad tax preparers, and that's why you're in this situation. and you shouldn't have to pay if you got caught up in something. Let's get this figured out and worked out so that you can move on. Okay. So just so you guys know, if you owe the IRS, you cannot buy a house unless you are on a payment plan. There are a lot of y'all are finding that out, that when you go to the bank and they look up that Kyver system, and if you don't know what that is, the Kyver system is the federal government's credit reporting bureau. So y'all got Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. They got Kyvers, and that's where you see all the federal information. So you got a student loan debt, IRS debt, food stamp debt, all of that's in one system, and they'll be able to see. And you will not get that mortgage unless you are on a payment plan. And then they're also going to figure out that monthly payment you have and factor that into your debt to income ratio. And some people are finding out that that house they thought they were going to get, they ain't going to be able to get it because that IRS back payment is kicking there, you know what. Okay. So y'all got to watch who y'all going to. All right, so let me see what you're asking. It says you have to get a pen to unblock it. Is it a good idea to block your information and freeze your credit? So let me give you some information, because there's a difference between a credit freeze and a block. So first of all, the names are just products that they can sell different things to you. If you want to do a block where you put a pin on your credit, where you just freeze it and then you can unlock it so that someone can use it, you're more than welcome to do that. The freezes or the fraud alerts, they give you more protection. So although you can go and unlock this and unlock that on your phone, you'll notice they don't talk about that much. And that's probably because people can still get into your credit. You may be thinking you're doing something, but the credit bureau has to actually prevent them from getting in. And that is what the freezes and the ID theft blocks do. Okay, so you can do a block if you want to, but I'm sure it won't do the same block that the credit bureau is doing. But if you are going to get credit and you have a block, it is harder to remove it because now you have to contact all three bureaus, or you have to submit something in writing. If you don't want to have to deal with that, then you could do the block that you were doing with the pen. Now, I'm just telling you that if you do that, I would still check my credit often, because I wouldn't trust that like I do the ID theft blocks or the credit freezes, if that makes any sense. So I hope I answered that for you, okay? Never file a bankruptcy to do a hardship first. Pink Diva, so I agree to do a hardship first, but see, I don't just look at things from a financial perspective. I look at it from a credit perspective. And if the person, so let's walk down this real quick. So Pink Diva said to Nisha to do a hardship and not to do the bankruptcy. Now, I would agree that you should definitely see if you could, but if you own it, nothing, you just say y'all just married and y'all live in an apartment and you just have a car and y'all work, well, you can recover and get on your feet faster by getting rid of that debt and wiping it out in one walk by doing a Chapter 7 and not having to pay IRS any money. And in 6 months, your credit will be restored, probably better than what it is right now. And then you didn't have to pay the IRS anything. So I guess I look at it a little differently. But again, that's why I said to reach out and talk, because everybody's going to have their own perspective. And I thank you, Pink Diva. That's why I like when you be on here, because you always give me something to work with. But yes, hardship, definitely, if we could do that first, that's definitely what we would try to do. Okay. It says, I'm still in reconsideration for SBA. I haven't been able to get in touch with anybody. Don't even try to get in touch with anybody from SBA. Reconsideration is a long process, and I would not expect to hear anything from them because almost everybody is in the reconsideration process. So when somebody tells me they're in reconsideration, I tell them 3 to 6 months time frame. Now, I don't know how long you've been in reconsideration, but that is what I will be telling you to look forward to. Politically Incorrect says he said no because it was the only move that makes sense for his state and for the country. Well, I guess. I don't know. He didn't seem to harp on much else but inflation and the child tax credit checks. So if he had some more issues, then maybe we got something to work with, but he didn't say much. Ms. Jenna says it's 3 years waiting period for disability discharge for student loans with Nelnet. So who told you? Nelnet told you that? Because once you submit your disability package, it doesn't go well, I guess you can send it to your student loan servicer, and it should not be a 3-year waiting period at all. I want Miss Jenna, you got to send me something on that, because I would love to see where you got that information from. Because I ain't heard anybody wait that long to get a disability discharge. And if you're waiting on disability discharge, what they expect you to keep making payments for 3 years? No, that doesn't sound right. So let's talk, because I want to see where you got that from. Okay. Liz Moore says how to freeze your credit. You could just freeze your credit by simply, you could go right to the bureaus and do it, to each individual bureau and freeze it, or you could send something in writing to freeze it. If you do it in writing, you'll just send a copy of your social security number and driver's license and send that in. If you're trying to freeze your child's credit, you will actually need to contact the credit bureau themselves, because you have to let them know that you're dealing with a minor. It is much more difficult to prove that you're calling about a minor's credit than an adult. So I'm letting y'all know now, please don't be frustrated, but you will have to verify that that child is yours before they even talk any information. So you might have to pull a birth certificate. Hell, they might even want a family photo, okay? But you got to prove that the child is related before they will talk to you. All right, and let me see what time it is. Okay, I got a little bit of time, and then I'm gonna go to what y'all need to what y'all missing out on your taxes, so we can make sure y'all get that. All right, Dominique says, how do I get the child tax credit and the stimulus for my baby born in March if I'm filing on TurboTax? Will the forms automatically be there for me to fill out? Hey, Dominique, and yes, ma'am, they will. I just ordered new software, so for those who are taking my tax class that are starting their own tax business, why? Because taxes is one of the largest growing fields where individuals can make 6 figures or more quickly. Okay, so I had to throw that out there. So I do offer a tax class. I think I got 2 software kits left if anybody wants to start their own business, and it's $3.99. You get the software, you get me to teach you how to do it, and we'll make sure you got your business set up so you can roll. Okay, but software is not updated for the new 2020 tax season, but when it is, all the forms will be dropped into the system, so you don't have to worry about anything, Dominique. When you do it on TurboTax, it's going to ask you, did you get the stimulus? You're going to say no. You're going to fill out that part for the recovery rebate, and then it's going to ask you, did you get the letter 6419? If y'all didn't see my new video on TikTok, I just put that up. Letter 6419 is what y'all need to keep if you're going to report your child tax credit payments. Okay, and the reason I'm telling y'all that is because that is the number one reason people got their taxes held up, other than number 2 reason, other than unemployment, why people got their taxes held up. But it's also the number one reason people will get audited. Okay, if you do not report those payments correctly, so please report those payments correctly on that they give you on that sheet. All right, make sure your tax person is putting it in. You don't want nobody coming to you thinking you tried to grab you an extra $200-300 and then you mess around and get audited. We don't need that. Okay. All right. Pink D, we get federal assistance. Pink D, we got to talk. It is a federal system. You're exactly right. Bankruptcy federal too. So that's why I mentioned it. Okay. Let's see. So it says, yes, man, we both need help. So thank you, Nisha. Definitely. We'll get y'all situated. All right. Definitely. If not, we're going to find out. We're going to get some information from Pink D and get you straight. Liz says, can I submit for student loan forgiveness? I have a degree, but never found a job in that field. That depends. If you could prove that the school duped you into getting a degree that you can't use, or the school shut down. If you go and do forgiveness for a school that's shut down and you finish, then what I read was you basically give up that right to state that you have that degree anymore. You won't be able to use those transcripts. So basically that school goes away as if it never existed and you can't use it anymore. Take it off your resume. But in your case, Liz, we got to find out what school to even see if you can do that. You can't just say you need to do forgiveness because you didn't find a job in that field, because a lot of people don't find jobs in the field that they went to school for. I was in HR. I don't work in HR. Never had the opportunity to, although I wanted to. And I probably would have been the worst for the job because, yeah, I'm just glad I never went in that field. Okay, so that just wasn't for me. Lisa says, reminder to take advantage of our Florida. They pay my friend $2,000 for the next month. Okay, thank you, Lisa. So anybody watching from Florida, Lisa says, go to ourflorida.com and get that rental assistance. I'm telling y'all, if scammers can get the rental assistance, then y'all who really live in an apartment can get rental assistance. Okay, so they paid $2,000 for the next 8 months for her friend. So y'all better get this money, because they ain't giving out no money nowhere else in Florida right now, but only in rental assistance, because homeowners can't get nothing. And if Ron DeSantis is watching, or anybody that knows him, us homeowners in Florida want to know, where is our $10,000? Okay, for this homeowner assistance. All right. So thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Hey, James. All right. Ms. Jenna says, I was discharged from 60K student loan from Nelnet. The loan payments are stopped, but it's 3 years. You have to wait until it's completely discharged in that 3. Yes, Ms. Jenna. Oh, yes, that's exactly right. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, so Ms. Jenna was explaining what she meant by disability discharge. And I want y'all to understand this too, because this is the fine print that y'all don't read. So when you get a student loan discharge, what happens is you basically are saying to them that you are getting this discharge, especially if you get a disability discharge. You're saying you're unable to work for a certain period of time. And in this period is 3 years. If you go to school by mistake, because I know somebody who actually went to school while their loans were discharged. If they find out you went to school, it's possible that all of those loans that got discharged can be reactivated because you broke the agreement saying that you were not going to use those loans, because anytime you go to school after they've been discharged, you got to pay out of pocket if you want to go. If you go and you get a job, or you go and get a job and you make over a certain amount of money, you void that agreement and now those loans come back. So you have to make sure that you pay attention to a little fine print. If you do a disability discharge, you need to be disabled for a certain period of time so that those loans can never come back. After that 3-year period of time, if you get healed by the grace of God and you want to go back to work, that's on you. And they don't come back because you stayed disabled for that period. Okay, if that makes any assistance. If there's rental assistance for VA, there's rental assistance everywhere, honestly, and you just got to hit 211 and find out the name of your program in your state so that you can see what it's called. But they have rental assistance everywhere. I will tell you that. Let's see. I think I answered that, Nicole Brooke. If someone else did the payment, how would you be able to report that you didn't get a payment? You'll be able to report that you didn't. You don't have to worry about reporting the payments if you didn't get it. If you didn't get it when you go to file taxes, and this is for child tax credit, they're gonna ask you, did you get any? You just say 0. Once you claim the kids on your taxes, you'll be able to get that full credit. The system's going to automatically do it. Right? It's up to the IRS to catch that other person who shouldn't have gotten the payments. Remember now, the other person who shouldn't have got the payments is going to get that 6419. They are going to have to put that on their taxes. If they don't, guess what? Red flag. Okay, some people who are going to lie and try to leave it out, those are the individuals that's returns are going to be on hold for a long time. So I don't think that they're going to get away because they did not, report the payments and they took this money and they should not have. Okay. Hey, Lakeisha. All right. I'm trying to get back in school. The school told me I need to do an appeal of financial aid. Do you know anything about this or what I need to do? Yeah. So if you need to, if you try to go to school, there are a lot of people on academic probation. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. If you're on academic probation and you need to get back into school, what they're going to have you do, Lakeisha, is you're going to need to write a letter to your student loan financial aid department and let them know why, for whatever the situation was. I'm sure it probably had something to do with the money you dropped or withdrew or something like that. You need to explain what happened and why that's not going to happen again. And basically, if you get financial aid, they are going to put you on probation, academic probation for a semester. They will cover one semester. And if you don't make at least, I think, a grade of C or higher, then you'll have to pay for that semester that they cover. If you make a grade C or higher, you won't pay. But if you make less than that, you'll have to pay. But if you pass that one semester, you should be fine, and you'll go back into regular status, and then you'll be able to keep your payments as normal. So just write them a letter and say, I messed up, I was going through, or COVID, or whatever you're gonna say, and I'm better now, and I'm ready to do great things. So if you need help, I can help you write that up. So hit the link or send me an inbox. I'll help you out. All right. Ms. Jenna, is there a payment plan for the tax class? Ms. Jenna, we can talk about it. Absolutely. I don't have a problem. I absolutely do think taxes is a great business, and you'll be able to make $399 back in basically one client. So, yeah, we can work that out. If you know who did, you can contact the IRS and they will send you a packet. Look at that. They can. Okay, look, get them, Miss Pink Diva. Tell them. All right. Jamila says, is there grants for schools to become a CDL truck driver? That is such a good question. The reason why is because the infrastructure bill got passed, and there's a lot of money for truck drivers coming. It's probably going to come to the industry, not to individual truck drivers, but pay attention. Because they are in Florida, at least in one school, and in Jacksonville, they just gave a $3 million grant to the school to do truck driving, is to train. And there are some grants for CDL, but you might have to be up in that area to go to class. I just saw it I just saw it in the paper too. DeSantis just gave some money. So I'm not sure what state you in, Jamila, but you can send me inbox and I'll look to see. But I do know there is some money for some drivers. Okay. I don't know if it's going to come to the individuals or if it's actually going to come to the big companies. But if anybody's ever been interested in the transportation industry, I will tell you this is a great time. And the reason why I'm telling you it's a great time is because we're having issues at the port. Y'all seen we ain't got no cream cheese? If y'all notice, we have no cream cheese. That is why Kraft was giving people $20. I don't know if y'all claimed y'all $20 this week, but Kraft was giving out $20 to people this week to go and buy anything other than cream cheese because they know people want cheesecake at Christmas, and now we don't have no cream cheese. So if we don't have our import-export thing and we don't got our ports open, who is the only people that can transport or transfer stuff that we need? Truck drivers, okay? So there's definitely some money in that industry, and I believe we're going to continue to have problems, okay? I really believe we're going to continue to have problems. So if you ever thought about it, this is a very good time to look at, getting on something. Holla at me, James. I know you're thinking about it. Okay. All right. Let me look up here real quick and then I'm going to get to my one last thing. And that will go. Okay. Can you claim the entire tax credit for a child that someone else carried like you? Yes, you can. Well, I'll say that again. You can claim the full tax credit this year. They have changed and said that it is okay. You can do it. Okay. The other person will be the person who will have to be stuck trying to explain why they got that money. And you claim. So either y'all have some type of an agreement between how y'all take care of the child. Other than that, matter of fact, it's here. Well, just so y'all know, I keep screenshots. So I got it right here on my phone. It says it. Okay. Let me tell you some quick changes really quick before 8 o'clock hits. If you're on the broadband, that discount internet, broadband internet, December 31st. Now they know they're tripping. The price is going up. Okay. It's crazy. It's like, damn, did we even have this for 6 months already? So the price is going to be going up by, let me see. It's going up by $20. So most of y'all should be paying, it says the maximum benefit will change from $50 a month. Wait a minute. Let me take that back. It says the monthly benefit will change from $50 per month to $30 per month. Sorry, it's going down $20. My bad. So December 31st is actually going to go down. So you should actually be saving $20. So if you guys have not got on that broadband, that high-speed internet, please go. And again, just like I say every week, Mondays at 7 p.m., go over to T-Mobile and see if you can get you one of those hot spots. If you don't want to get something with your cable company, go and see if you can get it through your cell phone company. Cell phone companies offer this high speed as well, not just your cable company, okay? So it's going to take it from $50 down to $30. I still haven't seen the coupons, or shall I say the $100 credit for the laptops, but I believe that they will come. Okay, the infrastructure bill was signed, so hopefully we'll start getting some information on these laptops so that y'all can claim those as well. Let me look. Let's see if they said anything else about it. They also said that they are expanding, that other people can qualify if they have WIC. I don't know if WIC wasn't something you could do before, but if you got WIC, you can now use WIC to qualify to get on the program. Okay, so all right, so that was changing. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me just go through and then I'm gonna tell y'all about this, what y'all need to be claiming on y'all taxes, because people are not. All right, so did I find? Okay, so if you're in Florida, let's say we were talking about schools, so here we go. So in Florida, schools got $30 million to continue doing the it's called Pathways to Career Opportunities Grant. Okay, but basically this is $30 million that was given to schools to help have these these fast-paced certification programs. So if you're trying to do nursing, you want to do welding, construction trades, those things, you can get into these schools, and it's almost every school, almost all of the community colleges got some of this money. So you can find out, call your community college in your area and see what they got for the Pathways program. They know what it is, okay? And see what certification they offer so that you can get in and get you your nursing, your LPN or whatever it is. Some of those nursing things, they give them in like 9 months. So make sure you go and, y'all take care of that. Let me see what else. A lot of y'all use Google Drive. If you use Google Drive, okay, Google Drive is going to start scanning your files. So if you got anything on there that you do not want them to see, and I do mean anything when nobody ain't got no clothes on, because I know some people like to get stuff out of their phones and you put them in other places so you can free up room on your on your SIM card if you have a SIM card, okay? But the only reason I'm bringing this up is because what I read said that they had a picture of someone and this woman didn't have any clothes on, but she was of age, but she looked underage, and they sent the police to her house. Crazy, but hey, I'm just letting y'all know what I read to pass it on, because who doesn't use Google Drive? A lot of us do. So just like iPhone want to scan your pictures for stuff, Google Drive scanning your documents and pictures if you have stuff in there. I'm not trying to tell y'all to run, but I just am letting you know that your stuff is exposed, okay? You definitely can't hide from nobody. Hey, 10 for entertainment. All right, let's see what else to do. If y'all looking for a job, everybody go to Hobby Lobby. They don't going up to $18 now. $18.50 that they paying. All right, crypto. This is the last piece. We just talked about IRS and some stuff y'all need to make sure y'all are claiming or are getting ready for this upcoming tax season. So if you cashed out, you made a little bit of money with that Dogecoin, or however y'all say Dogecoin, then you may be receiving a 1099. They might be asking you to report some of that income on your taxes. Okay, so the ball is still kind of up in the air, although they do ask about crypto. They asked about it last year, but one of the articles I was reading the day before I came to do the live stated that they were encouraging people to do their amendments on their taxes if they made a significant amount of money from crypto, because the IRS is definitely going to start looking at that much more closely than they did before. Okay, I did read a report that they just came out with, and the IRS was stating that the reason that they are, I guess, coming after people so much is they're looking at the tax gap, and they look at how much money is missing. I guess they base it on what they believe people should be paying in, and they believe that there's about like $500 million of money they are not, or revenue they're not collecting. So they are really going to be looking at individuals, especially low-income people, and the report addressed that as well. The report said that the reason that low-income people get audited more is because they have no representation, and they have no professional to come and ask questions to. So that tells me that because you go into the hood tax preparers. I'm just saying that a lot of people do. And I'm not talking about H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those fly-by-nights, the ones that they ask you to come to them so they can get their $100 every time they get seen. They trying to write out all these expenses to help you not owe taxes. Some of those people are the ones that are getting you guys audited. Okay, so if you got any issue with your crypto, you made any money, you might want to think about what you plan on doing. Are you going to claim that? That might be something you want to think about. All right. So something else that a lot of y'all are not doing, I want y'all to make sure y'all do this year. Make sure y'all claim y'all $300 charitable tax deduction. Most people don't. Okay. A lot of y'all give away charity. All right. So make sure you claim your $300 tax charity deduction. You're supposed to have a receipt. Okay. Some of your tax preparers are not going to ask for a receipt. So you may or may not be able to get away with that, but I'm just telling you, these are some of the things that people do not claim. Another thing that people do not claim is mileage. Okay, now some of y'all probably didn't even know that. Well, mileage rates were increased today, so mileage rates are now 58.5 cents. All right, so that's pretty big. When I started doing taxes a while ago, that's a big jump. But a lot of y'all are not doing mileage. If y'all are sole proprietors, y'all are not doing mileage on your Schedule C. How many of y'all do landscape? Y'all are hairstylists. Y'all are barbers. How many of you guys are getting your 1099s from? How many of you are issuing 1099s to your the person you're getting booth rent from? Because if the person that you're paying booth rent to, if they're a sole proprietor just like you should be getting a 1099. You should be issuing them a 1099 so that you can put that on your taxes. And this is how I want y'all to think about it. If someone pays you or issues you a 1099, you have to pay taxes on that money that you were issued. So why not give the person that you're paying booth rent to? They should be paying taxes on the money that they get from you. So if the person is a sole proprietor like you can give them a 1099. And one of the most overlooked are people who do who pay booth rent, salon owners, not salon owners, but stylists and barbers. Let's see what else. They got medical travel. A lot of y'all don't even claim that. How many people claiming medical travel on their taxes? How many people are claiming when y'all go do volunteer work? If you go and volunteer to do taxes this year with the IRS, to do free taxes with the VITA program, when you're going back and forth to work, you can claim that mileage. So a lot of y'all missing out on a lot of tax credit, okay? And let me see if there was anything. Let me look over here because I know I'm seeing Pink Diva added anything that I missed. The percentage for it's not percentage, it's cents. So it's 58 and a half cents for that. Yeah, here it is right here. It says that standard mileage rate is 58 and a half cents per mile. It says that, hold on, I wanted to get y'all the medical rate so that y'all could see what the different rates are for the different things, but I don't even feel like going through that right now. But what I will do is I will screenshot it and then I'll just post it. Okay. So let me see if y'all got anything. It said, what's the forms to file for taxes? What's the forms to file for taxes? You're gonna it depends. You're gonna use your regular 1040 to file for taxes, but if you're a sole proprietor, you should be filing a Schedule C so that you can get you some write-offs so that you can lower your tax liability, because a lot of people who are sole proprietors, I know y'all not doing tax planning, and I know y'all not paying your taxes. I know you're not filling out that estimated tax form and sending it in so that you can give the IRS some money, and they can hopefully give you a refund at the end of the year. That's right. Thank you, Miss Robin. And I forgot. So yes, I didn't even mention this tonight, but if you're interested, I do have a Discord. And the Discord, we go over stuff. Well, I guess we go over some of this same stuff, but they get to see live classes. And as a matter of fact, since we're talking about LexisNexis, that's what I'm going to do in the group tonight. I will show you guys how to, and a couple places you can go besides LexisNexis to block your information. All you got to do is go to my Patreon. It's still the same name. You see it up here on TikTok. And I'll put it down here for you guys here if y'all are interested. Again, I do have a YouTube. Y'all can go and watch that. And you can hit the link in the bio if you got questions. You want to book some time. You got some, y'all got questions. You want to do a consultation. You need to get your taxes done because you have not done them. Or you just want some other services, let me know. And let's see. Miss Genesis, how do I contact you, Shamika, about the tax class? Here's my email. And you can, and the email is info@shamikasage.com. So send me an email if you want to join that tax class. And other than that, let me see, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, I didn't miss anybody here. So y'all have a Merry Christmas. I hope to see you guys on the other side. Please, again, stay safe. It is definitely going to be going down soon. There's a lot of changes coming down, but I don't want to say all that now. I'm going to wait and just reveal it little by little. I don't want to give it too much up to everybody. So I'll see you guys next Monday, same bat time, same bat channel right here at 7 p.m. on Mondays. Y'all be blessed and I'll see you next week. Bye. See y'all.